What's good? What's good? What's good? Back in the crib.
Spectrum abre
What's
cada día
good?
una
What's good?
puerta
What's
a
good?
posibilidades sin límites. Con Spectrum tus juegos te transportan a otro universo. Y con las
What's good?
velocidades de internet más confiables, haz streaming estés donde estés. Cámbiate al internet Premier de Spectrum.
I just had to find the video.
Madison? Oh my gosh. I'm like a little kid. I'm about to get on the call and
What's up?
we're both going to be part of the Kate Spade campaign. Gianna's coming home any minute now. It's going to be the biggest surprise. So I have two surprises. Going to go do a whole campaign shoot. Wait, what? Madison Beer is also joining the call because she's going to be doing the campaign with us. Hi. Madison? Oh my god. Hi. My best friend's also joining us, so it'll be great. See you on Friday, guys. I think the reason this campaign is so special is because highlighting friendship, specifically female friendship, is so important. The best thing about Lena is she just always made me feel so important and loved. When I found out that this was Bring Your Best Friend, immediately I was like, my sister is my rock, my girl. We're so different, but she always will try to understand me. One, that I was able to participate in something like this is such a dream, but then
to this ad.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that bump hurts me to this day.
And I was inching closer and closer to the end of my career.
You hear Devon? He's got something in mind, and you know what's up.
Yeah, so now we're in TNA. It's Bubba and myself versus Matt and Jeff the Hardys and the Wolves, a new up-and-coming young tag team in TNA that filled the place of Edge and Christian.
Gotcha.
The Wolves stepped in, and they did a great job, and, they really helped us to be able to carry on that legacy of the TLC matches.
Now, using the six-sided ring, did that become an issue?
No, because once we went to TNA, we started wrestling in the six-sided ring. We got used to it.
Yeah, I remember being in it the first time. It feels weird.
It feels weird at first.
But then, once you learn how to get shot off, the only thing to me that was weird is getting shot off.
Well, sometimes you get shot off from the rope and then wind up in the corner.
Exactly. Yeah.
So once you figure that out, it was like night and day.
Right.
Because you know what's up. That's a tough thing.
Get ready to do the famous what's up.
Oh.
Now, what a lot of people don't know,
Oh, gosh.
what a lot of people don't know is that match, I tore my groin
Really?
before the match.
Oh, so you wrestled with a torn groin.
Mm-hmm.
How? How'd you tear?
Yeah.
At the wrestling school, I put somebody in a rear chin lock, and I went to go lay down with him. And as I lay down, something just said,
Yeah.
and it was like I could do that in my sleep.
The older you get, I went down to pet my dog one time, and my back hurt for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest things.
It was crazy because all I did was lay down with him nice and gingerly, and it tore.
The fact that you went out and put on a pay-per-view.
Well, just to get pushed off the top rope into those tables on the floor, that was my last bump. And I remember when I took it, I was like, just get past this.
Yeah.
I was like, you're good. And I got past it. It was good.
Night over.
Night over.
Night over. I
It
would
was
rather
ice
go
cream at
through a
first, but
table
then it turned into
than
a
take
milkshake.
just whatever bump. The table, it does break your fall slightly.
Slightly.
I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect. It's not a pillow.
But look at all the metal stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying there's not other things that can hurt you. And I'm sure you've been stabbed by them.
Oh, a couple
plenty
times.
of times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that padding on the outside
Doesn't help.
doesn't look thick.
I'm just going to go, thank you, Jesus.
Look at that. Look at that look. That's my night's over.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
I'm ready. It's Miller time, boys.
It's White Zinfandel time.
Oh, yeah, that too. we're back in WWE. It's the Hammerstein Ball. You were there.
I was there this
This
time.
is One Night Stand.
Yep.
This is the Dudleys versus Tommy
No
Dreamer
cap.
and the Sandman. This was probably one of the best ECW reunion shows that they had ever done.
I still remember when we went there, the people wanted this
absolutely.
so bad.
So now, of course, you know, we're going to do the famous ECW spot
Oh,
that we've
sure
always
got
done,
it,
where you
you
put
know
the chair
what I'm saying?
between my legs, Sandman holds it up like we're doing the What's Up, and here comes Dreamer. Whack.
Oh.
And there's myself.
There's yourself.
Bleeding like a stuffed pig. And I still managed to have 7 kids after that. Shoot, 7 kids. And
You're doing a damn good job as we speak right
I'm
now.
still trying to catch up to Rikishi. I got 2 more to go, so I'm just letting you know right now. So if you hear that Devon is having another baby, just know that I'm trying to catch up
why
to
you
Rikishi.
guys are in a contest, but
Yeah,
you,
well,
you must be.
Listen, Kurt Angle is like 1 behind us, so one behind me. Now we're back in ECW. This is Detroit, and we were up against Balls, Mahoney, and Axel Rodden. It was the first time that we had ever done a flaming tables match.
Together, we can save the planet from all those soulless, self-driving sleep pods everyone else can't pollute our streets with.
I ain't gonna cap to you. I'm about to just zone you out. Cause ever since you hopped in my life, you ain't had nothing positive to say. Not one bit. So I'm about to just ignore you and just keep my day pushing. Cause I ain't got time for the negativity.
Match with thumbtacks.
Like the fire's such a great visual.
Yep. And you can see, as we might show it to where Balls actually gives me a little rub on the face as I'm covering him.
Just to signify he's okay.
That he's okay. More than anything.
I was gonna say, yeah, you almost waste the thumbtacks once
I
you
don't
light
know
them
how
on
to fucking
fire.
listen.
It's probably one of the scariest
That's just
moments
how I fucking
because the fire was so hot. It was so thick that when we picked up Balls, I was scared for Balls.
Right.
You know, because it was just out there. But Balls, right before we picked him up and did that, he doused himself with water.
Doused himself with water.
Which was a very good idea.
Absolutely. Who started the Waza? Because I mean, everybody, if you don't know, it was a big commercial. Hello, who's that?
So we're leaving. We're actually in Orlando, Florida, at the Amway Arena, which is called something else now. I have the 3 commandments: Thou shalt not steal, Thou shalt not kill, Thou shalt not mess with the Dudleys. Right. I also have Oh My Brother Testify. Bubba, as we're driving to our hotel, leaving the Amway Arena, he goes, "We need to come up with another catchphrase because at that time, everybody has a catchphrase. Suck it.
Yeah.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking, know your role. You know what?
It's
all
true.
That. It's true. I mean, all of that." Bubba goes, "We need something else." Well, I need something else. And I was like, "Okay, well, what do you need?" "What if we do something from the Budweiser commercial?" And at that time, I didn't really know about it. I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "These guys that go in front of the camera, they just go, 'What up?'"
It was everywhere.
Yeah, he was like, "What up?"
It was everywhere.
But I looked at him, I went, "That is the dumbest thing I had ever heard."
It doesn't matter.
He goes, and that's exactly what he said. He goes, "Devon, does any of this stuff matter? Do you know, can you smell what the Rock is cooking? That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah.
DX, suck it.
Yeah.
All of that. I mean, all of this
What's
stuff
good,
means
Brazil?
it's catchy and people love it."
They get with it.
He said,
What's
let's
good,
try to do this. I said,
Brazil?
"Bubba, I am not sticking my tongue out." And
Famous last words.
yeah, I'm not sticking my tongue out. Oh, what up? And he goes, "But listen, no, Devon, we can do it right when you basically come off the top rope and we do
I
the
don't-
spot where you
I
jump off the
honestly
top rope with the
don't
headbutt to
care.
the nuts." I go, "Absolutely not. I'm not going to some damn top rope, sticking my tongue out, going, 'What up?' into some man's crotch." I said, "You done lost your damn mind." And he goes, "Devon, let's just try it and see what happens." So I tried it, and I did it as quick as I possibly could so nobody could probably see me. But they saw me. And I did it. We get in the back. He goes,
Portuguese.
"That was great." I go, "What?" He goes, when you did that, what up?" I was like, "Bubba, that was horrible." we find out we're going to be on SmackDown wrestling The Undertaker and The Rock in a tables match. I remember us going over the match in the ring before they opened the doors, and this is one of the times where Vince actually came out of his office and came to the ring to see how things were going. So he comes over. I'm standing in the middle of the ring. I stand in the middle of the aisleway, and he goes, Devon, there's something that you and Bubba started doing. You go up on the top rope right before when Bubba opens up the guy's legs, and right before you jump in between, his. Yes, okay, I got you. He goes, you do something right before that, where you stick your tongue out. And I was like, oh God, here's the joke. I was like, yeah, but don't worry, I'm not gonna do that. So we called the what's up, but I'm not gonna do that. He goes, oh, you will do it.
Oh, you're
tonight.
gonna do it.
And I went, that's what I said, I'm gonna do it tonight. There you go. And from that point on,
Done.
it was done.
Yeah, case closed at that
I had
point.
no other. I don't care if I hated it or not. I had to do it.
And you knew it was catching on. People that don't remember the What's Up, it was viral before viral was a thing.
Yeah.
And the reason Bubba pulled the legs, they immediately got that perfect shot of his face doing it, and then the camera perfectly went to your face with the reaction.
We had to design it.
It was perfect.
They told me, they said, we're going to have a camera. You're going to be on this, like I would be in this corner, jumping this way.
Oh, so they would set you up, make you go to the ring.
So they would, the camera this way, so the legs are that way, Bubba's holding the legs. So, and they'll have a camera there watching you, a camera here watching Bubba.
Right.
And he goes, Bubba, do it first. He'll go, what's up? We'll shoot to you with that camera coming this way, and you go, what's up? And then you do your move.
Right.
So that's how it all started.
The people came with it.
Yeah, they did.
It's the one thing that the people, they knew were coming, and they, as soon as Bubba did it, they were with that what's up, and when you did it, they were with that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's when you know you're over. Like when you can do something stupid.
Thank God.
And the people just eat it up.
A little war dance.
For someone that didn't want to do that, you embraced it pretty damn heartily.
Well, those paychecks made me.
There you go. Yep.
Now, I believe we're in the ECW arena. This is when Bubba and I were feuding with each other, and Bubba was all bid of $450 here. The big boy. If I'm not mistaken, this is where he finally gets the advantage over me, because I had been beating him up for a long time. Now he gets the advantage on me. He can't take anymore. He goes and does a plancha over the top rope onto me and squishes the hell out of me. So here we go. Let's go to the video.
If there's anybody that shouldn't be doing a plancha,
On Earth, nothing was working out, and I wanted to get the hell out of there.
You're planning to be an expendable? You read through the paperwork.
it's Bubba. Oh.
Yeah.
And you don't have the barricade. Oh my God. All right, this is in slow motion. Did you see your head hit the back of the...
My whole body hit the back. Like I said, he was every bit of 450 pounds here. But
All right.
Amazing to be able to get up that high.
All right. Yeah. All due credit to the man for being athletic enough to get that 400 pounds over the ropes. You have probably 4 feet from ring apron to barricade.
Yes.
That you have to catch a traveling Bubba and then go into the barricade with fans behind you. Like, there's a lot of... There's no room for error.
No.
There. How much did that hurt your head?
It wasn't my head, it was my back. All that weight came on top of me. He squished me like a pancake, brother.
Look at him looking at you, see if you're all right. Devon, checking out all of your amazing moments. I've said it to you many times. One of the best things I take from my wrestling career is my friendship that I've been able to grow with you.
Yes.
What you don't know is I saw all these moments. My friendship with you began years before you even knew who the hell I was.
what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions, even hotter wings. And today I'm joined by the patron saint of First We Feast, Guy Fieri. He owns 9 restaurants, has 3 hit TV shows, and 6 best-selling cookbooks. And speaking of, you can pick up his latest, Guy Fieri Family Food, available now. Guy, welcome to the show.
It's quite an intro. You got Fieri right.
They do the R on it all the time.
They get it wrong every time. You knocked it out of the park.
I'll pat myself on the back for that. How are you with hot food?
I'm not an extreme hot guy, but I do like good spice, and I think that we don't have enough spice in our food. I mean, I know a couple of these down here on the end just turned to the point where you're just dissolving taste buds.
Yep.
But I do appreciate that it's out there and people have it. But this is my realm right in here, probably up to this ghost pepper blueberry. Drink it up. Oh yeah, sriracha is one of my favorite. That's not a bad thing.
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, it's been going strong for 22 seasons, so I think that it's only fair for the Triple D fans that I hit you with a quick rapid fire on Wing 1. What's one thing that all successful restaurant owners have in common?
They serve food. Really good food.
Good food.
If you're going to be in the business, you got to love what you're doing. Otherwise, you're never going to get the return on investment, not for time and energy.
If you could have any co-host, living or dead, to sit shotgun with you in the Camaro, who would it be?
Rodney Dangerfield. I think Rodney Dangerfield is one of my favorite comedians in the whole world. Funny guy, quick-witted guy. A lot of what goes on, very similar to what I was watching in your show, is you got to be able to listen to what you're told and react from it. Someone like Rodney Dangerfield, in my opinion, would be able to pick up on that rhythm because it's hot and fast.
And then dovetailing off that for a second, what's the key to opening up sort of an awkward chef or an awkward restaurant owner before the cameras start rolling?
Serve them mediocre wings from a pizza joint down the street that was purchased by the camera guy 3 hours ago and sit them in a room and tell them they can't wear black. I don't know. I mean, just make them feel welcome.
So I want to talk to you about your Bay Area sports affiliations for a second. I know that you're Raider Nation to the core, but I want to talk to you about the Golden State Warriors for a second.
I had my hat on this morning.
And this might blow some people's minds, but is it true that you played a small behind-the-scenes role in help bringing Kevin Durant over to the team?
I don't know about that. I do know that we're huge KD fans. When this got ready to happen and we were talking about it and his contract was coming up, and I know KD's manager and I know KD, I just kind of threw a little text out saying, hey, this would be awesome. I mean, never in a million years did I think this would ever take place. The energy between that team, the way it is, and with KD's performances, his abilities, and all these, it's just the perfect fit. It ends up hitting. Someone starts quoting that I was involved in it, and I think there was a tweet that was sent out from the Warriors, something along the fact that I'm the secret weapon. So we'll see. When we win this year, we'll see if I get a ring. I've met Steph quite a few times, because Aisha.
Now the Food Network family.
She's doing great in the Food Network. She's been a judge for me on Guys Grocery Games. And I have the greatest Steph story in the world. Steph came to watch Aisha when she was on Guys Grocery Games for the first time. And sitting right next to him is Ryder. Maybe somebody pulled their kid out of school to come down and sit next to Steph Curry. I don't know who would have done something that ridiculous. So he sat there. And as we go to commercial break, I keep looking over. And Ryder's now sitting next to him, and they're comparing things on the phone, like this. And Steph walks up to me at the end of the shoot and goes, "Hey, what's your address?" And I said, "Why? What's up?" And he goes, "I'm sending the kids some shoes." What Steph didn't know is that I had been working the back channels with Under Armour trying to get shoes for Ryder for Christmas. I mean, been working it, trying to get these shoes before Christmas. A day later, shoes show up from Steph. I was going to ask if we could just start hot, but
That's a mistake. We've had one guest do that.
who?
Eddie Wong.
Did he die?
Pretty close.
So we had your buddy Rachel Ray on the show, and she gave me some
She's the best.
catchphrase pointers. But you're the king of the catchphrase, so much so, in fact, that you've almost developed a sort of restaurant language. So what I want to do is bounce some of the most quotable, head-scratching Fieri-isms off you,
Okay.
and you can tell me what the hell they mean or where the hell they came from and kind of give the backstory. Sound good?
I think people pick up on it more than I mean to say it, because I don't really listen to what I say.
I forgot
It's like
I had
Flavor
this
Town.
other thing.
People come up and bring these, like, Flavor Town, man. I'm the mayor of Flavor Town. I'm like,
Okay. Wow, I didn't even get it at first. You know, I was hearing it, and then Chico, one of our main camera guy on Triple D, he says, Flavortown, you said it in the show. I said, oh, really? Oh, okay. Put it on a flip-flop. Put it on a flip-flop. What I was trying to do is paint the picture that this is so phenomenal, this thing that I'm eating, that I can put it on this napkin and eat it. Put it on a napkin and eat it doesn't sound, that sounds very funny. But what would be the worst thing you could put on? Put on your shoe.
Hello, I'm Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. Since you see this video, I can congratulate you on the...
I happened to be wearing a flip-flop that day. So I put on a flip-flop and eat it.
A Festival of Funk.
When you ever been on stage, next to a stage, and you watch a group of musicians just tearing it up, and it's got funk, and it's got jam, and it's got attitude, it's got energy, it's got, all those pieces, but when that's combined on a plate, that's a festival of funk. How did you pick the sauces?
So, we tried to make it kind of like a symphony, you know what I mean? So, like, you know how peppers
So
and
you're making a
chilies
festival of funk.
It's a total festival of funk here.
The hierarchy of heat.
Yeah, oh man, guy.
Come on.
Wow.
Just take it.
I'm
Get on
taking-
that
I'm
bike
running
and
with
ride
that.
it.
I'm
Just
running
get on
with
that
that.
bike and ride it.
So you're one of the few food personalities that not only has this TV fame, but you also have this ubiquitous internet fame. You know, I'm sure that you have some fans that know you from Guy's Grocery Games, but then there's a whole younger set that knows you as this sort of fabled Twitter legend. Are you aware of your sort of position in this space as this meme god? Do your kids ever show you?
It's the weirdest thing in the world. It cracks me up. My son Hunter is 20, almost 21, but he'll send them to me. And send the good ones. I said, come on, kid, don't waste my time. You see the porcupine one?
Mm-hmm.
The little baby porcupine?
That's one of your favorites?
Sure. There's the Angels. There's the Pablo Escobar.
Let me ask you about one thing, because it's kind of this fabled vine where you're signing a lean cuisine and then you're tossing it out to the crowd. Do you remember
That's
that?
my
Believe that's
favorite
true.
movie.
That's a hot video.
I don't believe so. I don't know. I know the event.
Yeah.
I know the event because we were doing an event for Miller Lite in Michigan, and it was at the end of this crazy cooking competition. I don't know exactly how the cooking competition was put together, and I remember walking over to the producer of the competition. I said, "Are these folks going in?" They just came down for this event. And I said, well, what are you gonna do with all this food? I mean, there was thousands of dollars worth of food there. If you've seen the video, I haven't seen the video. So I've heard the question. I've had people ask me if they could send me a lean cuisine and if I would sign it. All I remember is I signed a couple fat hams. I signed some bottles of Mario Batali tomato sauce. We were giving out all kinds of stuff. I mean, do you want to promote it properly? I mean, do we Vanna White that or anything? Huh? What do you think? Wow. You can't use that because I haven't signed them. That's your guys' sauce?
This is
I
our
like the
sauce.
packaging.
Okay, that's good. That's important to me.
The packaging is nice. I think you could give it a little pop in the middle.
what could you do?
You could light that rooster up.
Yeah. You know what, though?
Yeah.
On the printing, though, it's a little
Was
you
good,
know,
was good.
we're
was
small
good.
budget over here, guy.
Yeah.
So we have a recurring segment on our show called Explain That Gram, and what we do is we do a deep dive on our guest Instagram, pull interesting pictures that need more context. And with Guy Fieri, we have a theme. It's Guy with rappers. So I'll show you pictures of Guy Fieri with rappers, and you can tell me the bigger story. Does that sound good?
You know this was coming? These are the best. That's my brother. That dude.
Snoop's your brother.
Snoop is the best. You want to talk about legit street cred with your kid? So we were at Coachella 2 years ago. Walked into Snoop's trailer and Snoop's got, it's tons of people inside the trailer. And he stops everything he's doing and he goes, oh man, Guy.
Doing good.
And I'm like, and
Nice.
Hunter's standing right by me, and Hunter hadn't met him before, and Hunter's just patient. And I'm like, it was just a little father, because Hunter and I have a pretty good little rivalry going.
Gotta let him know something.
I just had to make sure he was, represent him.
Guy in action, Bronson.
Bronson's the best, man. Before I met him, people said, hey, there's this guy who's doing this thing. And, it's kind of like about what you're doing.
And it could be taken like he's either giving you a hard time, or he's a fan, or he's both, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me see it. I'm like, I love this guy. This guy's hysterical. I told him, I said, maybe when I retire, trim it up a little bit and, throw a little bleach on it. I'll kick down the shirts.
I have one more for you, because you got a shout out in that Drake song, 6 Man.
I mean, I get the story that I'll tell you about me and Drake.
It's crazy.
It's probably one of the most grounding things ever. I mean, this is 2 in the morning. I was there in Toronto shooting Triple D. He's sitting there just having dinner in a dining room at the building that he lived in. It's just security. We're big fans of Triple D. And so we just sat there and just kind of had this thing. And I was telling him about my nephew. I lost my sister to cancer 6 years ago. And my nephew is a huge Drake fan. And so I'm telling Drake just about this story. And he's listening, and he's listening. And he goes, hang on a second, man. He leaves. And I don't know where he goes. And he comes back, and he brings me down some Drake swag and a sweatshirt and just a couple t-shirts and stuff. He goes, I want you to give this to Jules. Well, now what do? I said, you just gave me this phenomenal gift for my nephew, which I gave to him, when I got home, and Jules lost it. And the sweatshirt was like 5 times too big for him. Jules doesn't matter, kid. He was rolling that. He's rolling that Drake sweatshirt, with the logo on the front. But so we started talking. He says, I love food. And I love cooking. I said, let's do it. I said, well, let's get in the kitchen. Let's maybe 1, 2 in the morning. And the guys are just finishing up from service, and the chef comes out and says, you 2 want to cook in my kitchen? He says, let's go. So they just gave us full run of the kitchen, got a chef coach, we got into it. And I'm going to tell you something. I understand, Drake is beyond mega super talented, but as I gave him just simple little things to do in the kitchen, he just nailed it. Right? Clean the bottle up for you. Let me sign this one.
Yes.
Going off the cup.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is a ghost pepper and blueberry sauce from Bravado Spice Co.
Okay. And ghost peppers, I think ghost pepper gets a lot of play. It's like so exciting that you're going to have ghost peppers. I don't know.
So I want to talk to you about wine for a second, because in addition to owning a vineyard, I know that you've launched.
Are you giving me a hard time that I didn't bring you a bottle?
Yeah, it's a little.
Is that kind of what this was?
It's a little rude.
Reed's going to go down to the club right now. So let's talk about wine.
If you're gonna choose your own adventure, okay, and you have a bottle, Sammy Hagar's Wabo Cabo, and you have a bottle of the Hunt and Rides Old Vine Zinfandel, where is each one of those going? If you're a choose your own adventure with the bottle.
When it goes to that Cabo Wabo or to Sammy's Beach Bar Rum, it's not small batch that it's just made a couple bottles of, but it's with a lot of time and attention and care. So it's not a margarita. It's a little bit more of a classy hangout where you're enjoying it on the rocks. No salt and lime and all that bullshit. We love wine in my house. My parents love wine. My wife loves wine. I love wine. Made wines that we like to drink. I will tell you this, you won't have just one bottle of Hunt Rides in. It'll be 2, and it'll be friends, and it'll be more friends. And friends don't leave. When you start opening wine like that, friends don't leave.
The night carries on.
The night carries on. And the great thing is, I think great wine gives great stories. And as you can't tell, I don't like to tell stories. Okay, now it's starting to warm up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I'm not bullshitting you, bro. Still, your sauce is leading. I'm not being serious. This was not a deal. I didn't even know it was yours. No, if the assistant had, or the gentleman that brought us up from down on the street, which was shady. Yeah. What's going on with that, bro? I pull up in a car and there's a dude standing there with a Hot Ones t-shirt on, and I'm like, "Are you the guy?" And he's like, "Yeah, guy." And come on, and we walk upstairs and ride the. And I'm like, "This is how it goes."
Yeah, that's the Hot Ones red carpet experience.
That's how we do it.